Hey again, welcome back. I said I would if I won what I was bidding on. So I was bidding on 4 comics, and these are comics, closer to my personal preferences and hearts. Instead of the new ones I bought last time, which was just basically pretty covers and helping to support the industry at cover price, basically. But these weren't cover price, but they're still a really good deal. So I'm not going to put you through the agony of me actually surgically opening this bad boy, but I'll be right back once we have it open. Hey, here we are again. Everything's opened. It's good. So definitely a theme to this purchase. This is kind of a Christmas present for me. I'm just going to give it to my wife so she can wrap it up. But let's start number one. So this is Death Rattle number one. The seller had it listed as a 1.5. It's probably a little better than that. I got this for $10 US, about 14 bucks Canadian. This one's always interested me. I've never read it before, but it's like, as you can tell, there's no Comic Code Authority on this one, even though it was published in 1972. The reason being it's an independent comic, so they sort of circumvented the whole mainstream comic distribution and went through independent comics, which was actually a thing in the early 70s. A lot of, drug-related comics and whatnot, but this one just happened to be horror. What else is really cool is that is some actually very early Richard Corbin artwork. Who's Richard Corbin, you ask? Well, Richard Corbin was very well known. He did a lot of horror covers, and this is one of my favorites that also came of his. This is Twisted Tales number one. That's Richard Corbin. He's very well known. A lot of Warren work, heavy metal work. Geez, I'm dumb. I almost forgot. There's one thing Richard Corbin is the most famous for. It's a piece of art that's outsold all of his other comic covers combined. I think it's sold like 43 million records worldwide. Very iconic album cover. Can you guess what it is? Can you? It's Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell. The cover is by the great, the amazing Richard Corbin. Anyway, back to the video. I've always loved this cover. Twisted Tales. It actually has one of my favorite scary stories in this particular issue as well, called All Hallows. It's an awesome Bruce Jones story. And who's Bruce Jones, you ask? Well, Bruce Jones wrote the greatest scary comic book story of all time. In this particular issue, Creepy, I didn't just buy this one. I've owned this one now for a while. But the one that he wrote in Creepy, issue 63, illustrated by Bernie Wrightson, is Jennifer. And Jennifer is an awesome, awesome comic book story. It is like the best horror comic of all time. And just great. Now, speaking of Bernie Wrightson, in Twisted Tales number 2, which also came with my latest acquisition, that's a Bernie Wrightson cover. Isn't that just fantastic? Also has one of my favorite stories of all time, and that's Over His Head. So that's by Bruce Jones, but it's illustrated by the great Mike Ploog. This is like peak Ploog, if it were, right? So I believe he's best known for probably Werewolf by Night. So anyway, let's get to the fourth and final comic that I bought. I'll put up these prices later on, but man, I feel like I got a steal on this one. This is Bruce Timm's All Crime Comics number 1. Seller had it listed between a 9 and a 9.4. I know it looks like it's all beat up, but it's actually meant to look that way. It's brand new. Man, like these things normally go for about 70 bucks Canadian. Um, I feel like because it was a bid, I got mine for, it was about 30 bucks Canadian, 21.50. I don't know if you've looked at any listings on eBay for Bruce Timm lately, who's best known for his work on Batman, the animated series. Also, he did like the cover for Batman Beyond #1. He has some Vampirellas that are just crazy expensive. But man, I never got a chance to get this one when it first came out. But I always thought, man, that is so cool. So really happy to own that. Great Christmas present, So there we go. Now I just got to get them wrapped up, and that's great. So that was my latest comics purchase. So enjoy. I hope everybody's doing well. Talk to you later. Bye bye.